Hey, happy people. So today, you saw the title already, we are making a papaya tart. And my whole reasoning for making this today is I hate papaya. I know that sounds funny, making something of something you hate, but I buy papaya mainly for the seeds because I like the seeds to use as a black pepper substitute, and it helps with detoxing parasites, detoxing overall. But I have so much papaya in my freezer because the only reason I buy the papaya, like I say, is for the seeds. I really don't like the flesh at all. I don't like the way it smells. I don't like the way it feels. I don't even like the way it tastes. Like, I literally do not like the process of just getting the seeds out alone because of the smell. It's just too much. It just has this sour, spoiled smell to it. It has a sour, spoiled look, and I don't even like the way it feels in my hands. But so much papaya. I'm not going to throw it away because papaya is expensive, and unless it's on sale like 99 cents a pound. But other than that, I have a lot of it, so I need to find something to make with it. So I found a recipe, and we're going to try that today, and it's called a papaya tart. So stick with me, and we'll be right back to make this up. Alright, so first thing first, when making this tart, you are going to need to make the crust first. So in this bowl right here, I have 3 cups of brown spelt flour, and I have a teaspoon of sea salt, I have I don't know. Okay, and in this bowl right here, I have half a cup of date sugar, and we're just going to pour that in there together. Mix that up a little bit. Try to get your lumps out if you can, because I got quite a few. Okay. And here I have, it's supposed to be a cup of grapeseed oil. I have a little bit over, but I have set this in the freezer and let it chill for about an hour so it can make like crumbles like butter would do. So you're just going to pour a little at a time and mix. Try to not pour it all in the same spot. After you cut in your oil, you may not need all of it. Like, I only used a little over half a cup, not even a whole cup. But what you're looking for, like a wet sand type of feel, but you can still press it together, but it crumbles. That's what you need. We're all done with that. So now, we're going to press this into our pan. I don't even know what size this is. I don't know what size it is, but can y'all see that? And you're just gonna pour that in your pan. Spread it out with your fingers. Nice even layer. Now you got a nice even layer. You're going to put this in a preheated oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. You want to see your edges start to brown, and then you're pretty good. It won't. You don't want it to burn on top, on the bottom, because you're going to cook it again. So only about 10 to 15 minutes. Just pay attention to your edges. When they start to brown, you can take it out. Be back in just a second. Okay, so while our crust is in the oven baking, we need to puree up some papaya. My papaya was frozen, but you can use fresh papaya, but you need at least 3 cups of the puree. So I don't know how much papaya that is to make 3 cups, so we're just going to blend and see how much we get here. that should be blended well enough. And by the measurements on my blender here, it says I have a little, right at 5 cups. So let's just measure out 3 cups of that. There we go. Set that aside. Alright, so now we have our 3 cups of puree. So now we're just going to pour this in a bowl so we can mix in the rest of our ingredients. Here I have 1 cup of agave crystals. And we're going to pour that in. Cool. I have a cup and a half of aquafaba. This is a half a cup of brown spelt flour and 1 teaspoon of sea salt. I have 2 tablespoons of key lime juice. And 1/2 cup of agave liquid. You may say, why use agave liquid and agave crystals? Well, the original recipe calls for granulated sugar and liquid syrup. What the fuck am I trying to say? Okay, so now we're just going to mix this very well, get all the lumps out, make sure your sugar, your agave and your flour is mixed in very well. Now that that's mixed all together, let me go get my crust right quick and we will pour. Alright, our crust is all ready. I don't know, you guys can see that, but there's a little browning on the edges, but not too much there. So now, just going to pour all of this right in here. That made quite a bit. I don't think I'm going to use, well, maybe I will. Never mind. It's not that much left. Okay, so now we're just going to put this back in the oven, again at 350, but it's going to stay in there for about an hour. I am going to set my timer for about 30 minutes just to check on it, and then I'll go 15 minutes intervals checking on it just to make sure it doesn't burn. So, be back in about an hour, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so we're back. This is the next day, not even an hour in the oven. But just to recap, it went in the oven for about an hour and a half. I was not happy. I kind of thought this video was a fail because it was still very liquidy. It wasn't congealing, and I thought, okay, something is wrong. Maybe I didn't add enough flour or something. But I turned off the oven and I left it in the oven, and like a few hours later it had congealed. But I did notice that the edges of it turned really brown and my crust kind of burned on the bottom. But I think that's because I left it in the oven. But other than that, I don't know if you guys can see, we already started eating some because I forgot about this video. But as you can see, like I said, the edges did start turning. I don't know if you guys can see from the side here, like it started getting dark here, but it did congeal, and actually it tastes great. I don't taste any papaya taste. I don't smell the papaya. So it's a 100% approved and actually a good recipe for me. The only thing I'll say is I'm not going to bake the crust beforehand next time, since I don't want my crust to burn on the end, and I'm probably going to add about a half a cup more of the agave crystals just to give it a little more sweetness. just because I like sweet, but it's awesome. I already have some pieces here. Like I said, we started eating it already, but just to show you guys a little close up here, can you see that? And it is great. So now I have something to do with the leftover papaya that I have, and that just makes me so happy, so I don't have to throw it away. And you guys try this recipe, tell me what you think. If there's any papaya recipes that you have and you know of, besides drinks and salads, because that doesn't really change the papaya taste or smell. I've tried a couple of those don't work out for me. But like any kind of desserts or side items or anything like that that could possibly be a good thing for me to use up papaya, please comment that in the bottom and let me know, so that way I can have quite a few recipes on hand to use the papaya. Because like I say, I do buy a lot of papaya because there's not a lot of seeds in the well, there's a lot of seeds in there, but once you dry them and grind them up, it's not a lot, and you use a teaspoon or a tablespoon at a time, so that's not a whole lot. You're going to need another one in like a week or two. So buying papaya on a weekly basis and having so much in my freezer, now I have a recipe I can use it for, and it's actually a dessert. So I could possibly take this to potlucks or other places, or when other people to come over, this would be a great little thing for them to have. So like I say, try this recipe. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, let me know what you think, and until next time, you guys stay happy.
Stress.